Okay, in this little video I'm just going to show you really quick how to do completing the square. So here we have in a quadratic equation in standard form. Some people call it general form, that's fine. The first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the lead coefficient is 1. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. When I do that, I get x squared plus 3/2 x minus 1/2 is equal to 0. You could have started with this next step also. I'm going to add 1/2 to both sides. Because what I'm going to do when I complete the square is I'm going to put a constant on there that I need. And so x squared plus 3/2 x is equal to 1/2. Now I need to find a constant that will complete that square. And so if you look at a generalized square such as x plus a quantity squared, that expands into x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. And by the way, the minus version, so if it's x minus a, it'd be a negative 2ax in the center. So essentially what this says is how do we get this last term knowing this first term? Well, if you look at it, there's a 2 in front that we need to go on. So we're going to immediately take half of the middle term. Then we're going to square it. And so I'm going to take half of 3/2, that's 3/4, and I'm going to square that for 9/16. That's the thing that I need to add to both sides, plus 9/16. Alright, so now I'm just going to clean things up a bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the left side here so that you see the factoring a little easier. And so this is going to be x squared plus 3/2 x plus 3/4 squared is equal to, if you get a common denominator and add these, this is 17/16. This is 8/16 plus 9 is 17. Okay, so now if you look here, if you want to get this, if you want to come backwards and factor that out, you simply take the root of each end and then that middle sign. And so we're going to take the root of x squared for x. We're going to take the root of 3/4 squared for 3/4, and we're going to take that middle sign, which is a plus. This is squared equals 17/16. From here, we utilized the idea that we're going to be using absolute values. We're going to take the root of both sides, and when we do that, we get x plus 3/4 is equal to plus or minus, and I'm going to take the root of 16, so this is going to be on the top, it's going to be root of 17 over 4. That's this over 4, that's on the outside of the square root. And so we've already taken the root of 16 to get 4. Now, all I have to do is move this 3/4 over there, minus 3/4. So I have x is equal to negative 3/4 plus or minus the root of 17 all over 4. At this point, you could combine both, or the top terms here. Another way of writing this is negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 17 all over 4. Typically, professors probably won't care, but I would imagine in a program, you would have to separate these out into two separate answers, and they would be negative 3/4 plus the square root of 17 over 4, or negative 3/4 minus the root of 17 over 4. And as well, so here's way 1, here's way 2, here's way 3, here's way 4. You could take way 3 and just combine them, so it's negative 3 plus root of 17 all over 4, and negative 3 minus the root of 17 all over 4. 4 different ways to answer the problem. How many you need depends on A, who your instructor is, and how they want you to answer it, or B, how the program that you're using wants you to answer it. And you don't get to know that until you're in it, so I can't really predict it. But here's 4 different ways to report the same answer. And that's completing the square.